Hello, my name is Michael Bagwell, and this is my special occasion speech. Um, have you ever had somebody in your life that meant so much to you that you would do anything for them? Well, my dad, Christopher Bagwell, is one of the greatest dads I could have ever been blessed with, and I'm extremely proud to call him my dad, and I'd like to pay tribute to him. Some of the main points I'll be covering throughout my speech will be some of his accomplishments, his faith and motivation that he carried upon to me and my sister, and his appreciate and my appreciation for him and for what he has done for me and my family. I'd like to begin by discussing some of my dad's accomplishments. One of his major accomplishments is he owns his own sheet metal and roofing company, and he's been running it for 20 years now, and it's still doing pretty well. He's the youngest of six other siblings, and he has two brothers and four sisters, and he's the youngest, and he is fairly successful to be the baby in the family, and that is something he very takes pride on, is because he's very accomplished to be the youngest. He was Mr. Basketball a long time ago when he used to play basketball in high school. It was his senior year, he won Mr. Basketball, and he always took really pride in being good at sports. He always loved to be accomplished in sports. He took pride in working hard at them, and that was some of his accomplishments, was always giving his best at any sport he played. And he's also on the verge of becoming a farmer now. He has the equipment and the land and everything. He's on the verge of accomplishing to become a farmer. In addition to his accomplishments, I'd like to talk about how my dad kept the faith in my family strong during a very hard time in all of our lives. Um, One of the hardest things that ever happened was my parents got divorced, and my mom and dad split, and he was very faithful and motivated to keep us together and make sure that that wasn't the end of the road for us and life would be okay. And we did a lot of moving at this time. We moved probably over 10 times with just my dad, and moved a lot with my mom as well. But moving was something that was very hard on us, and he was just keeping us faithful and motivated that it would all be okay in the end. And money was something else that was a big problem that he just kind of kept us our faith on, is because he told us money would not solve our problems, and that it was up to us to work harder to solve our problems, and money wouldn't solve them for us. And it was really faith for his responsibility to stand up and take care of my family and keep us together and keep us on the right track. And he was very motivated and faithful for for taking the responsibility to raise me and my sister to be good, become good people. Another thing I'd like to mention is how thankful I am for my dad, and show him appreciation for all the things he's taught me in my life. Um, some of the things he taught me was to be relentless and never let anybody stand within your way or tell you can or cannot accomplish something. He also told me to be very faithful in what you believe in, and very strong in your faith. And I appreciate him for being very faithful and strong in faith, and as well as being strong for us as our emotional backbone. I appreciate him for being there and telling us it'd be okay and working us through the hard times. Um, I'm very appreciative of the knowledge that he has gave me and my family, and the knowledge he continues to give us, and how knowledgeable he is. I'm very appreciative of all that he took in and learned and continues to hand down. And lastly, I'd like to say I'm very appreciative of the love he has gave me and my family. He has always loved us with all of his heart, and I'm very appreciative of him loving us in the way he has. Um, as I near my conclusion, I'd like to revise some of the main points of my speech, and I'd like to revise some of his accomplishments, and how he's always been faithful and motivated, and always taken care of me and my sister and motivated us and was faithful. And lastly, I'd like to uh, appreciate him and talk about how I appreciate him and his appreciation. Um, my dad accomplished many things and will continue being a driven and faithful man, but the greatest thing he ever accomplished was being a spectacular father for me and my sister.